Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep Bhatia, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Rajkumar Goyal Institute of Technology, Ghaziabad. So, in a series of lectures delivering for a subject Microcontroller and Embedded Systems Design having code KC061, we have completed our unit number 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and then as unit number 5 we have left with our one topic, that is Introduction to Arduino and Raspberry Pi. So, in this lecture we will cover that topic, that is introduction to the Arduino and Raspberry Pi, and we will also see some top IoT projects that can help final year students and third year students for their project. Okay. So, we will discuss in this lecture. So, these are the table of contents. I am taking the marker, just a second. So, these are the table of contents that we will cover in this lecture. First one is the Arduino. Under Arduino we will see introduction to Arduino, what is the meaning of Arduino, and after that we will see the Arduino programmer kit, what is the programmer kit. We will take some real time example. After we will see what are the various types of Arduino boards. Okay. Arduino, we will see after its Arduino features, what are the various features of Arduino microcontroller and applications of Arduino. After that we will discuss the Raspberry Pi kit. Raspberry Pi, we will see first topic is introduction to Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi board, comparison of Arduino and Raspberry Pi. What is the difference between the Arduino and Raspberry Pi, and which is better to use, we will see in this lecture. After that we will see features of Raspberry Pi and applications of Raspberry Pi. What are the various types of applications of Raspberry Pi, we will see in this lecture. After that we will see the top IoT projects for 2022. In the year 2022, what are the various top IoT projects are there, and that can help final year students, EC and all branches students for the making of the projects, because IoT is not for particular branch, EC or EI. This is basically a multidisciplinary branch, and IoT provides solutions to all the engineering branches. Okay. So, let us start with the first topic, that is introduction to Arduino. Arduino, basically it is a microcontroller. Okay. So, Arduino is a prototype platform. What is the meaning of prototype platform? Prototype means that one can after designing of the circuit, one can create prototype into this platform. Okay. So, it is available as a open source, it is available as a open source, it is not a licensed version, or you can use ID programming, we will see in this lecture. So, this is available as a open source and based on easy to use hardware and software. So, both hardware, that is Arduino, and its libraries, and software like ID, integrated development environment, it is very easy to use. One can use in as a easy way. So, basically Arduino consists of a circuit board. This is a circuit board. Arduino, it has a circuit board which can be programmed. What is the meaning of that? Basically it is a microcontroller. Okay. So, what is the meaning of microcontroller? Microcontroller means that all the components are integrated on a single chip. In the same way, Arduino, all the components, whether it is a USB port, whether it is a processor chip, it is a reset button, analog pins, digital pins, that is the peripherals, timers, counters, we have a reset switch, all the things are integrated on the same chip. That is a system on chip. Okay. So, which can be programmed, because we are using processor here. So, processor can be programmed and referred to as a microcontroller. Okay, system on chip, and a ready-made software called Arduino. Ready-made software means that we no need to use another C++ or other prototype platform. It has itself has a ready-made software called Arduino IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. It has its integrated development environment, which is used to write and upload the computer code to the physical board. So, this is the physical board. So, if we want to use this Arduino circuit board for any project, what we will do, we need to program in the IDE. So, after programming into the integrated development environment, you can upload the computer code, and you can write and upload the computer board into the physical board. So, from physical board to the computer, for example, in a computer, if we are using IDE, so you can write program into IDE. After write, you can use this computer code you can burn this computer code into the processor of the into the chip of the Arduino board, and this Arduino board after programming can be used for any project. So, it is like a 8051 microcontroller. In 8051 you can see that you are programming in the Kyle software. After Kyle you can after I am writing here, in Kyle you are programming. After programming you can burn that code into the 8051 chip, okay, and this code can be rewrite again and again, depends upon the number of cycles of the particular chip, okay. So, this is the Arduino board, okay. So, in the same way Arduino work. So, the first question is why Arduino? Why we need Arduino microcontroller? First is the it is inexpensive. It's inexpensive means that it is very easy to use. It cost less than $50 and in India it cost around rupees 500. So, in at a cost of 500 to 600 it is easily available. So, it cost is less as compared to the other microcontrollers are available in the market. It has a cross platform. It means that the Arduino software ID runs on Windows, Macintosh, OS X and Linux operating system. So, it means that ID whatever we are using ID integrated development environment for writing the codes, okay, for Arduino microcontroller. So, whatever the codes we are writing, it is compatible with all the operating system, whether it is a Apple Macintosh operating system, and we can say that Windows, and it is compatible with the Linux, Ubuntu, etc. It is compatible with all the operating system, and most microcontroller systems are limited to Windows. Other microcontrollers that we are talking, it is compatible with the Windows, but it is compatible, ID is compatible with all the types of the Windows, all the types of the operating system. So, it is very simple to code, it is simple to use, clear programming environment, it is very easy to use. So, the Arduino software ID is easy to use for beginners. So, for beginners it is very easy to use. It has some if we are has some difficulty, it has some data sheets, there is help section that provides solution to the user. So, it is very easy to use, easy to program and easy to write codes into the Arduino microcontrollers, okay. It is open source and extensible software. It is available as a open source and it is has a extensible software, okay. It has a open source and extensible hardware. So, Arduino hardware, whether it is a hardware or software, it is easy to use, it available as a open source, no license requirement to use particular microcontroller, and it has easy development environment as well, and it is compatible with most of the projects. So, you can see that students who are making projects, most of the projects are based upon Arduino microcontrollers. So, from Arduino they can use in a varieties of projects as well. It senses the environment because by receiving input from variety of sensors. So, what does it mean? It means that various smart sensors can be integrated or can be interfaced with the Arduino board, and these types of sensors can collect the data from the environment, okay. So, we can say that data from the environment can be gathered or sensed by the variety of sensors. So, these variety of sensors can be for example, this is Arduino board and it has some peripheral units, input output units, and from these input output units various types of sensors can be connected, and these types of sensors is responsible for sensing the data from the environment. Affects its surroundings by controlling lights, motors and other actuators. So, we can say that by controlling light, motors and other actuators. So, this is compatible with the sensors, actuators as well, and we can say that it is used in a variety of applications. We will see in next slides for controlling the light, motors. It is portable, it is very small in size, easy to carry, and it is portable. It can be deployed anywhere, okay, deployed anywhere, and it can be used in a variety of applications. It is low power consumption. The Arduino we are using, it is very low. It has a very low power consumption. Its power consumption is very less as compared to the other microcontrollers available in the market. It has a very low power consumption. Okay. So, at very low power it is operate. These are the features of Arduino, and here this is the Arduino programmer kit. This is the pictures I am taken to for clear view of the Arduino. So, this is the circuit board, Arduino circuit board. This is the microcontroller. All the components we are talking about are integrated in the same chip. So, it is called SoC, system on chip. Means system means that all the system, what is the meaning of system? That is a computer. Computer, there are three things: processor, input output devices and a memory. So, this is system. So, all the things are available on the same chip. In case of Arduino, that is called, that is why it is called system on chip. So, in this programmer kit you can see we have a system like we have a peripherals USB. Okay, you can connect USB cable to Arduino through this module. It has a reset button. Reset button means that when you are pressing the reset button, you are can initialize on the you can initialize to the initial value. Okay, you can go to the initial value. It has a ground pin as well. It has a digital pins. How many digital pins are there? It has a 14 digital pins. Out of the 14 digital pins, 6 are some specific functions used for PWM. Okay, it has a analog pins as well. It has how many analog pins are there? 6 to 7 analog pins are there. Okay, it has a 5-volt pin. It has a 3.3-volt pin. It has a external power can be also connected through this module, and it has a ground pins. Okay, and it has a 8 mega microcontroller. This is basically a 8 mega microcontroller, and a chip, and the code can be burned into this chip through ID environment, and we need to connect a cable to this code. Okay, so there is in circuit programming kit, there is emulator as well. So this is a UNO version. We will see the various versions of the Arduino. So this is the Arduino programmer kit. So there are various types of Arduino boards are there. UNO boards. This is the picture of UNO board. Mega board. Mega means more data, more interface or more features are there in a board. Lilypad are there, circular in shape. We have a Arduino BT are there. Arduino Nano board. Okay, Arduino mini board there, where various types of boards are used, but students mostly using UNO board, Arduino UNO board. Okay. So, Arduino features, we will look into the more technical features of Arduino microcontroller Atmega 328 series. Atmega is the company vendor who are manufactured and launched Arduino microcontroller into the market. Its operating voltage is 5 volt and 3.3 volt to operating voltage. Its input voltage recommended is 7 to 12 volt. It has an input voltage limit up to a 66 to 20 volt. It has a digital input output pins. Digital input output pins available is 14, and out of 14, 6 are is specific for PWM, pulse width modulation operations. Analog pins are 6. Okay. DC current per input output pin, one input output pin has a DC consumption of DC current consumption of 40 milliampere. It has a DC current for 3.3 volt pin 50 milliampere. Okay, for 3.3 volt it has a power DC current consumption is 50 milliampere. It has a flash memory available, and 32 kilobytes of flash memory available for Atmega 328. Okay, of which 0.5 KB is used by bootloader. Bootloader section for booting the device, 0.5 kilobyte of memory is used by the bootloader for booting the operating system, booting the device. SRAM available is as a 2 kilobyte for Atmega 328, and for Atmega 328 EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable ROM available is 1 kilobyte. Clock speed means 60 megahertz, because to trigger the microcontroller operation we need to provide a clock pulse frequency to the so clock pulse is provided, clock speed is provided by the oscillator. It has a clock speed of 16 megahertz. Okay. So, what are the applications of Arduino? There are various types of applications. Home automation we can use, sensor prototyping, robotics we can use, ISP programming we can use, easy Wi-Fi, Ethernet, Bluetooth, Zigbee connectivity. So, various types of projects we can use our for smart home, smart lighting, smart street lights, smart city we can use Arduino microcontroller. Okay. So, after that, what is Raspberry Pi? Introduction to Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is a fully featured microcomputer squashed into a circuit board measuring approximately 9 into 5.5 centimeter. This is the configuration of the Raspberry Pi. So, this is basically a fully featured means that all the functions features are incorporated into a same device. It is also a system on chip, we can say. So, Raspberry Pi is a credit card size computer. It is very small in size. This is and it can be used in a variety of applications. It can be plugged into your TV, and we can say that, and a keyboard, and can be used for many of the things that your average desktop does. Okay, spreadsheets, word processing, games, workstation, and it also plays high definition video. So, we can say that our Raspberry Pi can be plugged into a TV, and through keyboard you can do many functions. You can use your TV into an average desktop like. So, for spreadsheet, word processing, games, high definition video can be played by using the TV. So, this is the main advantage of Raspberry Pi. So, this is the picture of the Raspberry Pi. It looks like this. Okay. After that, this is the Raspberry Pi board. Here in this board you can see many things. So, this is name of the board is Raspberry Pi 3 model B. It has a dimensions of 85.6 millimeter into 56 millimeter into 21 millimeter. So, it has a 4 USB ports, 10 into by 100 LAN port. It has a 3.5 of video and audio jack like our mobile phone. We have a same 3.5 mm jack. It has a CSI camera port. Okay, it has a camera port as well. It has a more functionality as compared to Arduino microcontroller. You can see here. It has a fully sized HDMI port. It has a micro USB card. Micro as USB card power card can be inserted here, and upgraded switched power source that can handle up to 2.5 amperes. It has a DSI display port, and it has a micro SD card slot as well. And it has a on-board Bluetooth. Which version of Bluetooth we are using? 4.1. Wi-Fi port as well. And it has a Broadcom quad-core CPU at 1.2 GHz, 1 GB RAM. It has a this is the RAM, and it has a 4 input-output general purpose input-output GPIO means general purpose input outputs are 40 pin. It has a 40 pin. Okay, 40 pins available. So, this is the picture of the Raspberry Pi 3 model B Raspberry. There are lot of versions are available. So, how to decide which one to use? Arduino is better or Raspberry Pi is better? You can decide. I am comparing the both of them. This is the Arduino Uno. This is Raspberry Pi, and we are comparing on the basis of some key features. First is the price. Price of Arduino is very less. We can say that 500, 600. Some micro versions of the Arduino are available in 1500 approximately. That is $30. But Raspberry Pi cost is more, approx 2800. Some Raspberry Pi are available up to 5000 or 6000, 7000, etc. That is $35 cost. Size is less. Arduino is less. 7.6 into 1.9, 6.4 centimeter of board, but here the board size is more, that is 8.6 centimeter into 5.4 centimeter into 1.7 centimeter. So, the price and size of the Raspberry Pi is more. Memory consumption is up to 0.002 megabyte, and it has a memory consumption is 512 megabyte. It has a clock speed. Clock speed of Raspberry Arduino is 16 megahertz. We have seen that, and here the clock speed is 700 megahertz. Here onboard network is none, and here the Ethernet RJ connector 45 is 10 or 100 wire. Ethernet connection is available in Raspberry Pi, but it is not available in Arduino. It is work for multitasking, not possible in Arduino, but multitasking is possible in Raspberry Pi. Input voltage range is 7 to 12 volt, but here input voltage range is available is 5 volt only. It has a flash memory of 32 kilobyte. It is not using flash memory. It has a SD card slot, that is from 2 to 16 gigabytes of space. It has only one USB port in case of Arduino, but in case of Raspberry Pi there is 2 to 4 USB ports are there. Operating system is none, it is only works on the ID environment, but in Raspberry Pi there is Linux operating system are there. Integrated development environment is okay, so Arduino is available, but for Raspberry Pi it is works on the Linux port, Scratch, IDLE, etc. Okay, so these are the features. You can use your microcontrollers according to the variety of projects. Okay, so to which microcontroller you have to use, it is depends upon the particular applications or projects. So, features of Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi 3 is the third generation Raspberry Pi. There are various types of generation of Raspberry Pi. We will see the some basic features, and it is replaced by Raspberry Pi 2. Okay, model in February 2016. So, we will look into the some key features, because just there is a introduction to both the, we will not go into the much details. We need to only introduce the Arduino or Raspberry Pi, so that students can use that board in a particular application. So, these are the key features. It has a 1.2 gigahertz 64-bit quad core ARM V8 processor, CPU processor, 64-bit. It has a wireless LAN of IEEE standard 802.11n. It has a works on the Bluetooth 4.1 version. It has a Bluetooth low energy concept as well, that is a smart Bluetooth. It is that is able to send more data. It has 4 USB ports available. 4 USB ports available. GPIO means general purpose input output pins are 40 in case of Raspberry Pi. Fully HDMI port. HDMI port is available, but it was not available in Arduino. It has a Ethernet port, but in Arduino there is no Ethernet port. Ethernet port of RJ45. Okay. It has a audio jack as well of 3.5 mm combined and composite video. It has a camera interface unit as well, CSI. And it has a camera interface unit as well, and it has a display interface as well, DSI. It has also a micro SD card slot, as we have seen in this figure. It has all the things, SD card slot, 40 input output pins. Okay. It has a micro SD card slot, now push pull rather than push push. Okay. So, we can say that it has a micro SD card slot directly insert into the Raspberry Pi, and one can use fetch the data from that SD card slot. It has a video core, TV, 3D graphic core, and so these are the main features of basic features of Raspberry Pi that is applicable to most of the Raspberry Pi boards. So, what is the applications of Raspberry Pi? There are lot of applications of Raspberry Pi. Here you can see that smart boards. You can use your Raspberry Pi in for making supercomputers. So, we can see that supercomputers need many types of large small computers. So, Raspberry Pi is the gives solution to that. So, Raspberry Pi is used in smart computers. Okay. So, you can use many Raspberry Pi to use to enable our smart computers. Okay. Raspberry Pi medical input device, medical input shield. So, it can be used in the medical sector. So, here this is the pic of the person. So, person is equipped with many sensors. It has a patient position sensor, that is accelerometer here. It has a pulse and oxygen blood sensor, SpO2 here. So, to observe the person, to monitoring the person, we need to equip the person by through many sensors. Okay, because sensor is sensing the data, and these types of sensors can be interfaced with the Raspberry Pi. It has a body temperature sensor which can tell the temperature of the body. It is equipped with airflow sensor, that is a breathing sensor here we can placed. Electrocardiogram sensor, ECG, that give the position of the heart, data related to the heart. It has a e-health sensor shield, Arduino and Raspberry Pi. So, all the sensor can be connected through, this is the Arduino or maybe Raspberry Pi. It has a galvanic skin response sensor here. So, there are a lot of applications of Raspberry Pi you can use according to the particular application. So, for in particular application, but we are using the sensors. So, solar Raspberry Pi, power packs are there, solar panels. So, Raspberry Pi you can be used in solar panels, power pack as well, you can see here. Okay. Solar panels here, this is the, there are the Raspberry Pi boards, these are the jacks through which. So, solar panels can be enabled through Raspberry Pi. So, in this slide we will see the top IoT projects for 2022. So, these projects can help final year students and also third year students and any engineering student, not depend upon the year, any engineering student who want to work on projects. So, top IoT projects for 2022. We will give the introduction to that projects. You can choose, and there are a variety of projects. We are not limited to these projects. There are a lot of numerous types of projects are there, but I am taking the some basic projects and some current projects that can be used in 2022. So, first one is the smart mirror. Smart mirror. What is the function of the smart mirror? Smart mirror means the mirror which can display the date, works as a calendar, date, time, your calories burn, your temperature of the environment, can provide information that is called a smart mirror. How it works? You are creating the smart mirrors, you can framing them, okay, framing the smart mirror into the frame, and you can connect your smart mirror to the TV set, to the mobile, to the laptop, okay. You can also connect through Bluetooth as well. Your smart mirror can be connected through Bluetooth to the devices, and whatever the activities you are doing in your TV or laptop, or you can say that mobile, it can reflect on the smart mirror. So, smart mirror you can check, you can access the information in a bigger screen. You have a smart money transfer. What is the meaning of the smart money transfer? Here we are using the concept of wireless technologies. So, money can be transferred without contact the card and the machine. Smart money transfer means that we are using the smart concept of smart wallet. Smart wallet means the wallet which can do transactions according to the need of the person wirelessly. So, smart money transfer, that is a smart money transfer. Okay. So, authentication is also required, that is you can check the Google, you can search the Google for more related information of smart money transfer. After that, IoT based smart arm. Smart arm, what is the, why it is smart arm? Traditionally we work on the robotic arm, but it was not smart. But the meaning of smart is that robotic arm can be controlled through Alexa, that is voice control devices. Through Alexa you can through voice recognition you can tell the robotic arm, and robotic arm will pick the some fruits, will pick the some things, okay. So it is voice control devices, okay, that is the smart arm. Arm basically, what is the meaning of arm? It can pick the some particular devices, pick the fruits from the fridge, but smart arm means that this arm is enabled through voice recognition. You can give the command to the smart arm through your voice, and in the current scenario some scientists are working on the through the artificial intelligence. You can think, and a smart arm can do functions according to your thoughts, that is through the image processing. That is the current advancement in the IoT projects. After that, smart irrigation system. Why it is called smart irrigation? Smart irrigation means that you can enhance the crop production, enhance the crop yield, and provide more smart solutions to the farmer. So, smart irrigation means that you can employ many types of sensors in the field. You can monitoring the environment data, and you can provide the that data to the farmers, and through data processing, data acquisition, you can enhance the crop field. So, for better, to provide better solutions to increase the yield of the crop, that is the smart irrigation. So, here IoT, this is a top IoT project. Smart door means that the door which is equipped with the smart devices. You cannot need to touch the device, you can operate the door through your mobile app. Through mobile you can open the door, you can close the door, that is a smart door. The door which do not need any key, or you can not touch, you only give command through the mobile phones, and through mobile command your door will open or close. Air monitoring system, smart air monitoring system. Air monitoring system, you can check the temperature, pressure of the environment through the IoT projects. IoT, smart air monitoring system, weather monitoring system, smart weather monitoring system, real time data can be processed. Smart alarm clock. Smart alarm clock means that through Alexa you can put the alarm, you can set the calendar. That is a smart alarm clock. Alarm clock is simple, can be manually controlled, keypad, but smart alarm clock controlled through Alexa or voice recognition. IoT based weather reporting system. Weather reporting means that the GPS enabled or weather forecasting can be done through the IoT devices. So, IoT based weather reporting system means that all the data of the environment can be employed in IoT system. Smart wheelchair, what is the meaning of smart wheelchair? The smart wheelchair means the wheelchair which is smartly controlled, which can be controlled. Smart wheelchair means which can be controlled through Alexa, through voice recognition. Through voice recognition, you are giving the commands, you say something and wheelchair will move according to your commands. You can say, or through your imagination, through your thoughts, through image processing, your wheel can also be controlled. You can think and you can, if you want to move the right, your wheelchair will move positions, will go accordingly. That is use the concept of localization. Okay, you can search the surf the net regarding the smart street light system. Smart street light means that if there is a road, there is a street lights. Whenever the person is vehicle is pass, the street light will only glow. In the another time it is will off to save the power consumption. So, that is smart lighting. That is the according to the intensity of the light, it will glow and off, on and off. So, these are the top IoT projects which can help finally students, and I am taking just introduction of that in this subject. So, I hope you have enjoyed my lecture. Thank you everyone. I hope you have enjoyed my lecture. So, up to that lecture we have completed our unit number 1st to 5. That is we have completed our subject microcontroller and embedded system design having code KC 061. Thanks for your patience, and you can watch my all the lectures for better understanding of the topics. Thank you everyone.